You know, putting a life on the line for a trial might be a bit overkill. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 107 of the Sun and Moon anime just dropped, and Ash and Kiawe have upset Tapu Fini. What's gonna happen to them? Well, let's find out. This episode starts where the last one left off. After saying their goodbyes to Ida, our heroes are at the Pokemon Center eating some breakfast, and they're eating things like mouse-out donuts and cookies, but the difference is that these are made using pony radishes. Lana's still tired from training all night the previous night, but since she's evolved her Poplio, she's done with her research project. The same goes for Sophocles. Mallow wanted to share this food she made with Hapu, and Ash wants to battle Tapu Fini, but it seems now so does Kiawe, since his goal is to better himself, and the way he can do that is by battling Tapu Fini. So with that in mind, Ash and Kiawe decide to head to the ruins so they can pray for Tapu Fini and hopefully battle it. Run, Kiawe! Surpass yourself! Hapu's working in her farm when Lily, Mallow, and Sophocles go up to her. The reason they're there is because Mallow wants to add new menu items for her restaurant using pony radishes, so she wants to get the opinion of Hapu, who's an expert in pony radishes. Hapu agrees to help her, but also says that, in her opinion, pony radishes are the best when they're unprocessed. To show that, she picks up a new radish from the ground, washes it, and eats it, and talks about how good it is and that they should try it too. Sophocles tries it, and unlike the first time he tries it, he seems to like it. I guess this is what Nurse Joy meant when she said it's an acquired taste. Regardless, the other wants to try some as well. We then cut to Ash and Kiawe walking up the ruins. They compete against each other in everything, because even though they're just walking to the ruins, they're both trying to walk in front of each other, and this results in a race between the two to see who can get to the ruins first, and whoever gets there first can battle Tapu Fini first. They both run like madmans, but in the end, it's a tie, so they decide that they'll let Tapu Fini decide who it's gonna battle. But they can't go in the ruins because right now the ruins are blocked due to flooding. As Rotom tells them, once the tide gets lower, they should have access to it. So Kiawe says that since they can't go inside, they'll just pray to the guardian deity. But as he's doing that, he gets interrupted by Ash, who just yells out to Tapu Fini that he wants a battle. This really annoyed me. First of all, Ash, you don't interrupt people praying to the guardian deities, and second of all, you know that the Tapus are fickle. You have experience with them, so I don't know why he's doing that. I know that he probably thinks he's not being rude, but I guess in real life it just comes off so rude. But anyways, he interrupts Kiawe and says that they should battle because the last time he battled Gladion is when he saw Tapu Fini. So if they have an even more heated battle, then Tapu Fini will show up. So they decide on a double battle. Before we can jump to the battle though, we see Lana stretching with her Pokemon at the beach, and she starts doing some balloon training with her newly evolved Brionne. We then cut to Hapu, who seems to love the food, and she starts getting ready to go back to her farm when our heroes decide they want to help as well. The battle begins and Ash uses Pikachu and Torracat, and Kiawe uses Marowak and Turtonator. None much to say here about this battle. It's just an awesome back and forth battle with incredible animation. Seriously, the battle quality for this is far superior to the last couple of battles they've had in the show. The only thing new is that I think this is the first time we see Kiawe's Turtonator use Shell Smash, but it ends in a stalemate because as they're battling, the place starts turning misty. And no, I don't mean the character. Did I mention that this battle took place right in front of the Tapu's entrance? So when the mist comes, Ash goes outside to check it out, and then we just hear something happen to Ash. We then cut back to Hapu, who's teaching them how to harvest radishes, and Sophocles uses his newly evolved Vikavolt to pull up the radishes from the ground. Back to Ash and Kiawe, and it seems that Ash and his Pokemon, along with Kiawe's Pokemon, seem to have been trapped inside some sort of barrier. Kiawe tries to push it, but it seems like it's repelling him. Then they look up and see Tapu Fini, and an old man comes up behind Kiawe and tells him that Tapu Fini is enraged. This is because they harmed the sacred ground when they were battling inside the entrance of the Tapu. The old man then says that those who destroy the sacred ground must pay with their lives. Jesus, Pokemon. Kiawe and Ash try to apologize to Tapu Fini, but Tapu Fini instead puts a watch in Kiawe's hand. It's basically a timer, and the old man tells him that if he wants to free everyone and not let them be killed, then he needs to get a scale from Tapu Lele before the time limit ends. Kiawe's gonna persevere, so he calls out his Charizard and starts heading to Akala Island. Who's that Pokemon? It's Vikavolt! Lana and her Pokemon are exhausted from training and they're just napping on the beach. Hapu, on the other hand, seems to love the Malasada donuts and the cookies made of the pony radishes. Lily and Sophocles tell Mallow that she should probably add these to her restaurant menu. Mallow says that on top of this, she also wants to add a traditional food from Pony Island in the menu, and Hapu suggests fluffy radishes. We skip forward a little bit and Mallow's done making them. They basically look like fried radishes and everyone tries it and seems to love it. Then cut back to Kiawe and he's made it to Akala Island. He lands at the battleground where Ash and Olivia fought and asks for Tapu Lele's help. Tapu Lele actually shows up and it looks like it wants to battle before therefore it's going to help Kiawe. Again, another awesome battle, a little bit more one-sided, but still an awesome battle here. Kiawe knows that he needs to outsmart Tapu Fini since he can't overpower it, as it keeps deflecting everything Charizard does. Tapu Fini uses some sort of honing attack, I'm not even sure what it is, so Kiawe decides to fly straight up into the sky, but his Charizard's still being hit and he needs to do something fast, otherwise he'll lose, so he starts diving straight down when we go back and see a flashback. It's Kiawe as a child with his grandfather. He's riding on the Charizard and with Kiawe, and he tells Kiawe that if he can be one with Charizard, then he'll have nothing to fear. His grandfather then has the Charizard dive straight towards the lava of the volcano in Akala Island before pulling it up last minute using aerial ace. He tells young Kiawe that he needs to shape up if he wants to be a wielder of the life-nourishing flames. So, remembering his words, he has this Charizard dive straight down towards Tapu Fini and at the last moment use aerial ace, both hitting Tapu Lele and dodging the move at the same time. Impressed by this, Tapu Lele gives him some of its scale. He thanks it and Kiawe starts heading back for Pony. Nicely done, Kiawe. Back in Pony, the barrier surrounding Ash lifts and the old man tells him that he can run, but he will take Kiawe's life instead because he's fled. Ash brings back some of that goodwill he lost when he disrespected the Tapus by saying that he trusts Kiawe and even with his life, so nicely done. Kiawe lands by Pony, but his Charizard is exhausted from the battle, so that means Kiawe's gonna have to run the rest of the way through. We cut to Hapu and our heroes and it's the end of the day and they're saying goodbyes to each other. Hapu seems to have enjoyed their company and I like this a lot because she finally has people her own age she's friends with and you can tell that she's getting more comfortable around them. She's also becoming more friendly and proves that her not growing up with people her age really affected her. Kiawe's exhausted running all the way, but he's never gonna abandon his friend, so he continues persevering with the life-nourishing flames he has. He seems to have made it just in the nick of time too. Tapu Fini then calls out Charizard after he gets there and uses the scales that Kiawe got from Tapu Lele to heal it. Then Tapu Fini gives him a Flyinium Z. The old man tells him that since his Charizard knows aerial ace, he should try it. He asks the old man how he knows, but the old man just tells him it doesn't really matter, just use the move. And again, like I've said for this entire episode, the animation here is incredible. It is so much better than the animation for the Dragonium Z that it's hard to think that was just 2 episodes ago. A massive explosion and the fog is gone along with the mist and the old man. Rotom correctly deduces that this was probably just a trial set up by Tapu Fini for Kiawe. Then we see the old man and Kiawe's grandfather looking down at our heroes and smiling before they fade away. By the way, if for any reason you couldn't figure out who the old man was Hapu's grandfather. Our heroes meet at the Pokemon Center at the end of the day and that's where the episode ends. The after credits scene is Kiawe falling asleep while eating dinner since he's so exhausted. Aw man, this was such an awesome episode. I admit, when I first saw the preview last week, I really didn't think this episode was going to be anything special, but this blew my expectations out of the water. The animation in this episode was unbelievable from beginning to end. I know some people don't like the art style of Sun and Moon, but this is one of the reasons I'm so glad they changed it because it allows for awesome animated episodes more frequently like this. The first fight had some great choreography and it was long, which doesn't seem to be a thing in Sun and Moon when the battles are really short. The fight against Tapu Lele, although one-sided, was also awesomely animated and showed Kiawe surpassing himself, hence the title. And on top of that, the Z move animation looked incredible. Even Ash, who at the beginning of the episode was so rude to the Tapus, shows why he's such a likable character. He's loyal and he trusts his friend even with his life on the line. Also, Hapu's also developed as a character in this episode some more, and I'm so glad to see it. Like I said at the beginnings of my review, she was super cold and callous, but now she's starting to become more of a generous person, which is one of the attributes she was missing to be a kahuna. The music in this episode was also good as always, even the pacing felt much better. Overall, an incredible episode here. The next episode, oh boy, the preview shows Tapu Lele using the mist to reunite some people. It looks like it's gonna be a very emotional episode. Heck, even some of the voice actors a few weeks ago tweeted out that during the recording of this episode, it was very emotional in the booth, so I cannot wait. It looks like it's gonna be a focus on Hapu since she's gonna become the kahuna next episode. Spoiler, I guess, but if you know the episode that's coming after this one, then you know why I say that. But anyways, that's it for my Pokemon Sun and Moon anime review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.